Hang out with me while I tell you a story I cannot stop thinking about from when I covered the Freedom Convoy. Here's proof I was actually there. I'm a reporter with Global News, and I was on the ground at some really tense moments during the convoy protests. So at this point, we had started hearing that things were getting pretty tense between the police and protesters, but they hadn't fully started clearing out the protesters yet. And I'm walking around and I see this woman, and she is like, her eyes are red and puffy. She looks like they're hurting. She's crying. And I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? What happened? And she tells me she was pepper sprayed by the police. Now, it's obviously always a big deal when police use any kind of force against protesters. So I say to her, I'm a reporter with Global News. I would love to interview you about what happened and hear your story. And she goes, of course. So I'm like, great. And I start getting out my phone to record it. We're about to get started. And she turns to me and she said, sorry, who did you say you work for? Fox News, right? And I'm like, oh no, Global News. And then she's like, no, sorry, I'm not talking to you. And she left, and I didn't get to report that story. I think about that a lot, not just because of the lack of trust, but also because how am I supposed to tell your story if you won't share it with me?